Have you ever considered how VR headsets are altering our daily lives? This emerging technology, once a figment of science fiction, is now a reality. Virtual reality headsets, or VR headsets, have seen a surge in popularity and usage in recent years. They've become a hot topic and a must-have gadget for tech enthusiasts, gamers, and curious minds alike. These intriguing devices offer a gateway into immersive digital worlds, covering a broad spectrum of applications. From gaming and entertainment to education, training, and even socializing, VR headsets are stretching the boundaries of our experiences. But like any technology, they come with their own set of pros and cons, as well as potential health impacts. In this video, we'll explore all these facets, providing a comprehensive understanding of VR headsets. So, are you ready to dive into the virtual realm? Stay tuned as we delve into the fascinating world of VR headsets. Have you ever wondered about the multitude of ways we can use VR headsets? From the realm of gaming to the classrooms of the future, VR headsets are making a significant splash across a variety of domains. Let's delve into these fascinating uses, shall we? First up, gaming. VR gaming is like stepping into a whole new universe. It's not just about playing a game, it's about living it. You're not just controlling a character, you become the character. With VR, you can dodge bullets in a firefight, swing a sword in a medieval battle, or even fly through the cosmos. It's an immersive experience that goes beyond what traditional gaming can offer. But VR headsets aren't just for gamers. They're also a new frontier for entertainment. Imagine watching a movie or a concert not from your couch, but from the best seat in the house without leaving your home. You could even tour museums, visit landmarks, or explore the world's most beautiful natural landscapes, all from your living room. That's the magic of VR entertainment. Then there's education. VR is revolutionizing the way we learn. Students can now take a trip through the human body, stand on the surface of Mars, or step back in time to witness historical events. This immersive learning experience makes education more engaging and memorable, and it makes complex concepts easier to grasp. But the uses of VR headsets go beyond these realms. They're also being used for professional training. Surgeons are using VR to practice complex procedures. Pilots are using it for flight simulation. Even astronauts are training for space missions with VR. It's a safe and cost-effective way to learn new skills and prepare for high-stakes scenarios. Finally, we come to socializing. In this era of social distancing, VR provides a new way to connect with others. With VR social platforms, you can hang out with friends in a virtual lounge, attend a virtual concert, or even meet new people in a virtual world. It's like social media, but more immersive and interactive. As we have seen, VR headsets have a wide range of uses, transforming how we interact with digital content. From gaming and entertainment to education and training and even socializing, VR is changing the way we experience the world. And this is just the beginning. As technology continues to evolve, who knows what new uses we'll discover for VR in the future? It's an exciting time to be a part of this digital revolution. What are the perks of using these innovative devices? You may ask. Well, there's a wealth of benefits to be had when donning a VR headset. Let's delve into some of these advantages. First up is the immersive experience. VR headsets provide a level of immersion that's simply unattainable on a standard screen. They transport you to a virtual world, making you feel as if you're truly part of the action. Whether you're exploring alien planets, battling dragons, or walking through historical events, VR headsets make it all feel incredibly real. Next up is portability. Unlike traditional gaming setups that require a bunch of hardware and a dedicated space, VR headsets are compact and easy to transport. You can bring your virtual adventures with you wherever you go, be it to a friend's house, on vacation, or simply moving from one room to another in your home. Then there's affordability. While the initial cost of a VR headset might seem steep, when you consider the cost of gaming consoles or high-end computers needed for traditional gaming, VR headsets are relatively affordable. Plus, as technology advances and becomes more mainstream, we can expect prices to become even more accessible. Let's not forget about hand tracking and controller options. Many VR headsets offer hand tracking, which allows you to use your own hands as controllers in the virtual world. This feature adds another layer of immersion, making your interactions in the virtual world feel more natural. And if hand tracking isn't your thing, there's a variety of controller options to choose from, catering to different preferences and gameplay styles. Last, but certainly not least, is the feature of pass-through color cameras for mixed reality. This technology allows you to see your real-world surroundings while wearing your VR headset. It's like having X-ray vision that can toggle between the real and virtual worlds. This feature is not only cool, but it also adds a safety factor, ensuring you're aware of your surroundings and preventing any accidental bumps or trips. Clearly, VR headsets offer a plethora of benefits, making them an exciting technology to explore. They provide a unique immersive experience that's portable, affordable, and packed with innovative features. With VR, you're not just playing a game or watching a movie, you're stepping into another world, and that's an experience that's hard to beat. So if you're looking for a new way to game, learn, or simply experience the world, VR headsets are definitely worth considering. So the next time someone asks, "What are the perks of using these innovative devices?" you can confidently answer, the immersive experience, portability, affordability, hand tracking, controller options, and pass-through color cameras for mixed reality. But what about the downsides of VR headsets? Despite the multitude of benefits and uses, like any technology, virtual reality headsets come with their own set of limitations that can't be overlooked. Firstly, let's talk about the content library. While it's true that the number of virtual reality experiences is growing day by day, it's also a fact that it's still rather limited compared to traditional gaming or entertainment platforms. You might find yourself quickly exhausting the available VR games, educational programs, and other applications. The industry is still catching up, and this could mean waiting for new and exciting content to be developed. Secondly, we have to address the elephant in the room: the graphics. If you're someone who's used to the ultra-high-definition graphics of high-end PC games, you might find the visual quality of VR headsets a bit underwhelming. While advancements are being made, we're not quite there yet when it comes to matching the sharpness and detail of top-tier gaming systems. Then we have the issue of battery life. Most VR headsets have a battery life of between 4 to 6 hours. This might initially seem like plenty, but if you're planning on using your headset for extended gaming sessions, or for a full day of remote learning or work, you might find yourself needing to take breaks to recharge. The limited field of vision is another drawback. Although VR headsets are designed to provide a 360-degree experience, the actual field of vision can often be less than that of the human eye. This means that some elements might not be visible unless you turn your head, which can affect the immersive experience and sometimes cause discomfort. And speaking of discomfort, motion sickness is a real concern for some users. This is because VR creates a sensory conflict. Your eyes perceive motion that your body doesn't feel, which can lead to nausea or dizziness. Not everyone experiences this, but it's definitely something to be aware of, especially if you're prone to motion sickness. Lastly, while VR headsets are designed to be as user-friendly as possible, there can be a learning curve, especially for those less familiar with gaming or technology. The hand tracking and controller options can be a bit tricky to master at first, and not everyone finds the experience intuitive. While VR headsets come with their own set of limitations, it's important to weigh these against the benefits. Remember, no technology is perfect, and VR is still a relatively new field. The potential it offers is immense, and as with any emerging tech, improvements are constantly being made. So, while it's important to be aware of these limitations, they shouldn't necessarily deter you from exploring the virtual world. After all, the journey of discovery is part of the fun. Do you know how VR headsets can impact your health? It's an important question, as these devices become increasingly popular. With immersive experiences right at our fingertips, it's easy to overlook the potential health effects these gadgets might have. Let's start with the eyes, the primary interface between us and the virtual world. Prolonged exposure to VR headsets can lead to eye strains and even migraines. The intense focus required, combined with the bright and sometimes flickering screens, can be a recipe for ocular discomfort. Additionally, an increased risk of myopia or nearsightedness has been linked to extended VR use. This is especially concerning for children, whose eyes are still developing. Beyond the eyes, VR headsets can also cause physical accidents. The immersive nature of virtual reality can lead to falls and injuries due to distractions. Users often forget their real surroundings while exploring virtual landscapes, leading to collisions with furniture or walls. Furthermore, VR headsets can induce motion sickness in users. This is because the brain receives conflicting information. The eyes perceive movement in the virtual world, but the body doesn't feel corresponding motion. This discrepancy can result in dizziness, nausea, or even vomiting. Like seasickness, this is more prevalent in some individuals than others. But the impacts aren't just physical. VR headsets can also cause cognitive alterations. For instance, spending excessive time in a virtual environment might blur the boundaries between the real and the virtual, leading to confusion or disorientation. There's also the potential for increased aggression or hostile thoughts, especially in users who engage in violent games or simulations. Children, in particular, require careful consideration. Their brains and bodies are still developing, making them more susceptible to the aforementioned health effects. Moreover, virtual reality might affect their social skills and emotional development. For instance, spending too much time in virtual social environments might hinder their ability to interact in real-life social situations. It's also worth noting that the long-term effects of VR use are not fully known. As with many new technologies, the science is still catching up. Therefore, it's important to use VR headsets responsibly and in moderation. So, should we throw away our VR headsets and shun the virtual world? Absolutely not. These devices offer remarkable opportunities for learning, entertainment, and socializing. However, being aware of the potential health impacts is a critical part of enjoying these benefits responsibly. Remember, balance is key. It's essential to take regular breaks, adjust the brightness and focus settings to your comfort, and limit the use for children. By doing so, we can ensure that our journey into the virtual world is both exciting and safe. As with any technology, it's crucial to be aware of the potential health impacts when using VR headsets. So, are VR headsets a safe and suitable option for you? Having taken a deep dive into the world of virtual reality, we've explored the many uses of these devices, their advantages, limitations, and even potential health impacts. It's clear that VR headsets aren't a one-size-fits-all solution, but rather a technology that offers a range of experiences tailored to different needs and preferences. In terms of uses, we've seen how VR headsets can transform gaming, entertainment, education, training, and even socializing, creating immersive experiences that transport us to different realities. The portability of these devices, their affordability, and the innovative features like hand tracking and controller options, as well as pass-through color cameras for mixed reality, certainly make them an attractive option. However, like with any technology, VR headsets have their limitations. The content library may not always be as extensive as we'd like, graphics might not be as sharp as those on high-end PC headsets, and battery life is often limited to 4 to 6 hours. Some users might experience motion sickness, and the field of vision can be more limited compared to higher-end headsets. Then, there are the health impacts to consider. Eye strains, migraines, falls due to distractions, an increased risk of myopia, cognitive alterations, and negative emotions such as aggression or hostile thoughts are potential risks. It's crucial to remember that these effects can be more pronounced in children, whose brains and bodies are still developing. So, what's the verdict? Well, it depends. If you're a tech enthusiast who loves immersive experiences or someone who could benefit from using VR for education or training, a VR headset could be a great investment. But if you're prone to motion sickness or concerned about potential health impacts, you might want to think twice. In the end, the decision is yours. Weigh the pros and cons, consider your individual circumstances, and make an informed choice. As we continue to explore and innovate in the realm of virtual reality, who knows what the future holds for VR headsets? Only time will tell.